It's now, Eagles fans! The countdown to the season has begun and there's no more room for hesitation. While the NFL spotlight hasn't yet focused on Philadelphia, Howie Roseman is already at work behind the scenes, making coldly calculated moves to transform the Eagles into a true powerhouse by 2025. But forget the empty rumors. We're talking about 4 real ongoing negotiations that could shake up the roster in the coming weeks. What's more, a potential blockbuster signing involving an all-pro defensive back is headed straight for Lincoln Financial Field. This is the twist that could change everything. Nothing will be the same if these plans come to fruition, and you, fans, need to be ready for what's coming. The Eagles training camp has barely begun, and in Philadelphia, the atmosphere of a near-sacred tradition is already palpable, the unexpected Howie Roseman trade. While other franchises are still adjusting their rosters and gauging the rhythm of the team, Eagles fans know the general manager is working behind the scenes, ready to deliver another masterstroke. Since 2017, Roseman has executed at least one significant move in late July or early August, and almost always with an immediate impact. Names like Ronald Darby, C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and even Jahan Dotson are recent reminders of how Howie transforms August into a fertile ground for strategic shifts. But what makes this 2025 window even more intriguing is the fact that Roseman has dropped very clear clues. During his press conference opening camp, the GM was blunt. "We have up to 13 picks in the 2026 draft. We can use them now if necessary." This statement became a green light for rumors and speculation throughout the NFL. It's not about need, it's about opportunity. The Eagles are in a position of strength, and when you're in control, you don't wait for problems to come knocking. You seek solutions before they even arise. Among the names emerging behind the scenes, the first is Colts cornerback Jalen Jones. Although he's largely out of the spotlight, Jones represents the kind of reinforcement that elevates a roster from good to solid. Drafted in the 7th round in 2023, he exceeded expectations by playing over 67% of the defensive snaps in his rookie season. In 2024, he remained reliable. However, with the arrival of Charvarius Ward and rookie Justin Wally, Indianapolis has a surplus of talent at the position, making Jalen tradable, and at an affordable price. He's young, has already shown ability, and can immediately bolster an Eagles department still searching for consistency after CJGJ's departure. Another name attracting attention is Ravens edge rusher David Ojabo, a talent with a high ceiling, but one who had a rocky start in the NFL due to injuries. Ojabo was drafted in the 2nd round of 2022 with expectations of being a starter. However, an Achilles injury postponed that plan. In 2024, he finally managed to play 13 games, serving as a rotational piece. Still, he hasn't established himself as an impact player. With Baltimore reshaping its pass rush, Ojabo could be cut or traded. For the Eagles, it would be a low-risk, high-potential investment. Under Vic Fangio, who knows how to exploit the strengths of versatile and physical players, Ojabo could flourish. And the cost? Probably a mid-draft pick, something Roseman can easily afford. Now, when it comes to ambition, no name attracts more attention than Trayvon Walker, the first overall pick in the 2022 draft. A physical beast, but so far he hasn't justified his selection in Jacksonville. His career has been marked by coaching staff instability and an inconsistent defensive scheme. In 2025, he will play with his 3rd different defensive coordinator in 4 years, a clear sign that the Jaguars project is still searching for identity. The team exercised the 5th-year option on Walker's contract, tying him to another year at a cost of $14 million, making a trade unlikely but not impossible. Historically, no player has been traded immediately after this clause was activated, but Roseman is known for swimming against the tide. If he sees value in Walker, who would fit well into Fangio's aggressive, multitasking defense, he could put together a creative package. High risk, yes, but with the potential for a huge return. Finally, the most unusual and perhaps most fascinating situation of all arises. Shamar Stewart, the Bengals' 1st-round pick in this draft, has yet to sign a contract. The negotiation has stalled due to contract guarantees, something that has become a point of tension between players and franchises. Without a deal, Stewart didn't report for training camp, and there's a clear deadline. Any traded rookie must spend at least 30 days with their new team before kickoff. This sets a practical limit until early August. Stewart is a raw talent, dominant in college, and with the perfect athletic profile for the NFL. Under Vic Fangio, he would have the time and structure to develop. The Eagles are reportedly monitoring him closely. If the Bengals decide to waive the offer, Roseman can jump ahead and make the move before any competitor. The most interesting thing is that the Eagles don't need these trades to survive. They have a competitive roster, an elite quarterback, a dominant offensive line, and a defense full of young players. But it's precisely because they're not under pressure that they can be intelligently aggressive. Roseman is playing chess while many are still learning checkers. He has draft capital, organizational stability, and above all, the courage to do the unexpected. Each of these names represents a path: immediate reinforcement, future gamble, or outright boldness. But they all share one thing in common. They would would become valuable pieces on a roster already aiming for the Super Bowl. And it's in this context, where youth and the future are being negotiated with precision, that a new front emerges. Perhaps the missing piece isn't a prospect. Perhaps she's already experienced everything in the league. Perhaps the key to elevating this defense lies in someone with experience, leadership, and a respectable resume. If there's one thing that defined the Eagles' Super Bowl victory, it was their overwhelming defense. A unit that managed the improbable, controlling Patrick Mahomes and limiting the Kansas City Chiefs' explosive offense. But with the departure of key players since then, maintaining this defensive identity has become a challenge. And it's precisely in this scenario that Justin Simmons, a veteran safety with 8 seasons of experience and a respectable resume, emerges. After a solid season with the Atlanta Falcons, where he started 16 games, had 2 interceptions, and defended 7 passes, Simmons continues to show he can contribute at a high level. Although his best years are in the rearview mirror, his reading ability, leadership, and positioning make him an ideal target for the Eagles' secondary, which currently features rookie Andrew Mukuba, a projected starter. Philadelphia's defense has already shown signs of excellence even with youth reigning supreme among the cornerbacks. The successful integration of rookies Quinion Mitchell and Cooper DeJean into Fangio's system proves the scheme is strong. However, the departure of C.J. Gardner-Johnson left a glaring hole, and that's where Simmons could be the difference. His arrival would give Mukuba time and peace of mind to develop, while also adding immediate stability to the unit. More than a logical move, this would be another classic move by Howie Roseman, who has built his reputation precisely by finding veteran talent at a great price. As Corey Woodruff of USA Today pointed out, the Eagles need a safety, and Simmons would give this relatively young unit the kind of veteran presence Fangio would likely appreciate. It's worth remembering that the Eagles' defense led the NFL in yards allowed in their title-winning season and remains among the league's best according to the PFSN Defense Plus Index. Adding Simmons wouldn't just be strategic, it would send a clear message that Philadelphia is 100% committed to another title. And with an already feared defensive line, talented youngsters being molded, and one of the league's most respected coaches at the helm, all that's missing may be that dose of experience at the right time. The clock is ticking, and the back room is buzzing. If Howie Roseman really is preparing another big trade, which of these 4 names do you think could make the biggest immediate impact on the Eagles roster? Jalen Jones, David Ojabo, Trayvon Walker, or Shamar Stewart? Leave your opinion here. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, but I'll be back later to update you with the latest Eagles news.